Hey, it's Viras here again. I've made a recap of the story for both the base game and HAUS. We've explored Autophage, examined HAUS, and talked about Conrad's trio. But we haven't really touched on the Slayers and their backgrounds. Just like HAUS expands on the base game story, it also provides more insights to the Slayer past in the confession section. I even put together a video about it. In terms of categorization, the 6 Slayers in the game can actually be grouped into just 3 main classes. The first class is Glass Cannon, which is all about dealing high damage while being quite fragile. For example, Amy focuses on outputting burst damage, while Bruno relies on landing critical hits. They are most effective when equipped with weapons that enhance their damage and critical hits such as Maiming and Headhunter. Moving on to the Fighter DPS class, these Slayers are all about constant damage output. Jacob is known for spamming the regular attack button, while Dani prefers to spam the heavy attack button. Slayers in this class excels when using weapons that increase their attack speed such as Frenzy or Bulldozer for its high force to boost every heavy attack. Lastly, the tank defense class includes Slayers like Ryan and Carla. Ryan focuses on crowd control move, while Carla relies on her resilience to block and throw off elemental damage. Each class has its own unique playstyle and strengths, adding variety to the gameplay experience. Amy, a native of Los Angeles, has been immersed in the world of sports since she was young.
Hi, it's just me, Ames. Chalk one up for Team Living. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
Her determination to achieve Paralympic gold is unwavering, and she is focused on reaching her goal. Through years of intense training and competition, Amy has honed her reflexes and agility to a level that allows her to outmaneuver even the most challenging opponents. Despite her impressive skills, Amy is not the one to back down from a challenge and is always ready to face any obstacle head-on. Growing up in LA has instilled in Amy a competitive spirit that drives her to push herself to a new heights. Her passion for sports fuels her desire to succeed, and she is constantly striving to improve her performance. Amy's ability to think quickly on her feet and adapt to changing situations make her a formidable opponent in any competition. With her sights set on the Paralympic gold, Amy is determined to overcome any obstacle that come her way and emerge victorious. Confession. The weight of remorse hangs heavily on Amy's shoulder as she reflects on the devastating consequences of her actions. It was an incredibly tough predicament when her timid twin sister approached her for assistance in approaching her crush. However, instead of being the supportive sister she should have been, Amy made a terrible choice and ended up snatching the guy away for herself. This selfish act completely shattered her twin sister's heart, leaving her feeling utterly betrayed and crushed. The remorse that fills Amy now serves as a constant reminder of the pain she caused and the damage she inflicted on their relationship.
When we were teenagers, my twin, Jenny, was hopelessly in love with this guy, but too scared to ask him out. Instead of helping her, I asked him out myself. Totally broke her. I didn't even like him that much.
Sorry, sis. I hate that I did that.
Bruno, the compassionate hustler, is like a modern-day Robin Hood in the bustling city of LA.
Hey, name's Bruno. Lady Luck's still on our side.
Get up 10 times, I'll knock you down 11.
His mission is to take down scammers and corporate fraudsters, ensuring that the vulnerable in society are protected. With his quick wit and lightning-fast reflexes, Bruno outsmarts his adversaries at every turn, staying one step ahead of the game in the cutthroat world of LA. Despite the challenges he faces, Bruno remains resilient and determined to make a difference in his community. His actions speak louder than words as he continues to fight for justice and equality, using his unique skill to level the playing field for those who have been taken advantage of. Through his daring exploits, Bruno has earned a reputation as a hero among the downtrodden and a thorn in the side of the court. As Bruno navigates the dangerous landscape of LA, he remains a beacon of hope for those who have been wronged. His unwavering commitment to his cause and his unwavering dedication to helping others make him a force to be reckoned with. In a city where greed and deception run rampant, Bruno stands out as a shining example of what it means to fight for what is right, no matter the cost. Confession. Bruno is convinced that his grandmother is constantly bothering him with mundane messages and calls. She always seems to be reminding him about getting a decent haircut or finding a nice girl to date. It can get really annoying for Bruno, and there are times when he just wants to ignore her calls altogether. However, there was this one time when Bruno decided to completely disregard her call, thinking it was just another trivial piece of advice. Little did he know that his grandmother was actually in need of help. As it turns out, his grandmother had fallen victim to a phishing scam and had lost a significant amount of her assets. Bruno couldn't help but feel a deep sense of regret when he found out about this. He realized that if he hadn't ignored her call, he could have easily prevented this unfortunate incident. Now, filled with remorse, Bruno has made a promise to himself that he will do everything in his power to recover every single penny of his grandmother's loss. He understands the importance of being there for his loved ones, especially in times of need, and he is determined to make things right.
Mi abuela. It's always, fix your hair, find a nice girl, you know? So I ignore her calls. Last month, some asshole in Vegas pulls a phishing scam on her. And I'd ignored her calls.
I swear, I'll give back every cent.
Jacob, a native of Brixton, London, spent his formative years across the pond before making a bold career change.
I'm a good boy. Swear on my mum's grave. Bed by night. Roll with the punches, as my granddad used to say.
Initially working as a successful banker, he eventually decided to leave it all behind and embark on a new adventure as a professional stuntman in Tinseltown. Despite the drastic shift in professions, this daring individual has managed to maintain a calm demeanor even in the most challenging and intense situations. Known for his quick wit and charming personality, Jacob is not one to back down from a challenge, whether he's facing a daunting stunt or taking on a flesh-eating adversary. He always rises to the occasion with confidence and style. With his ability to stay cool under pressure and his knack for looking effortlessly cool in any situation, Jacob has truly found his calling in the thrilling world of stunt performing. Confession. Jacob found himself in a constant state of pressure, as he was constantly bombarded with praise from everyone around him for even the smallest of accomplishments. However, there was one particular incident that stood out among the rest, where things didn't go as smoothly as he had hoped, and he ended up making a mess of things. That night, he experienced an overwhelming wave of emotion and had a truly massive cry. In that moment, he couldn't help but feel like he had let down so many people who had placed their faith in him. Despite the constant praise he received from his actions, this situation created a sort of barrier between Jacob and those around him, leaving him with only a handful of close connections, most notably his late mother. It's no surprise that he now finds himself feeling incredibly lonely since her passing. Losing his mother, who was one of a few people he felt truly understood him, has left a void in his life that no amount of praise or accomplishments can fill. Jacob longs for genuine connection and support, but the fear of disappointing others has made it difficult for him to form deep relationships with those around him.
I once did a stunt and was totally nonchalant, but in the taxi home, I had a little cry.
Oh, I see. Like that, is it?
Okay. When I got home, I also had a big cry. Then a bath with candles.
You guys make the Marquis de Sade look like a baby sugar glider.
Originally from County Cork, Ireland, decided to leave her homeland in search of excitement and a break from her conventional family.
Dani, how's you gotten?
Zombie ass-kicking services at competitive prices.
Needs must when the devil drives.
Always went to against the grain, she discovered her true calling within the punk scene, immersing herself in the electrifying mosh pits that pulsated throughout the city. However, her thirst for adventure didn't stop there. In a recent turn of events, Dani joined a local roller derby team, and it has proven to be an ideal outlet for her pent-up aggression. The adrenaline rush she experiences as she glides across the track, maneuvering through the chaos with finesse, is unparalleled. Not only does roller derby provide her with an exhilarating physical challenge, but it also allows her to connect with a diverse group of like-minded individuals who share her passion for pushing boundaries. Through her involvement in roller derby, Dani has found a sense of belonging and camaraderie that she had been yearning for. The team's Tag Night community has become her second family, offering support and encouragement both on and off the track. With each practice and bout, she continues to hone her skills, pushing herself to new limits and embracing the freedom that comes with defying societal norms. Confession: Dani was raised in a close-knit Irish household where valuable lessons were imparted by each family member, ranging from etiquette to personal well-being. However, amidst the guidance and advice, she found herself drifting away from her authentic self. Constantly absorbing the opinions of others, she unintentionally put her own desires and requirements on the back burner. This internal conflict eventually led her to make the difficult decision of leaving her family behind and seeking solace with a punk companion. Despite the physical distance from her family, Dani's affection for them, particularly her mother, remains unwavering. She cherished the memories of her upbringing and the bonds she shared with her loved ones. Nevertheless, the weight of unmet expectation weighed heavily on her as she struggled to conform to the standards set by her siblings. The journey towards self-discovery and acceptance was a tumultuous one for Dani, and she navigated the complexities of familial relationship and her own identity.
Sometimes I think life would be easier if I was more like the rest of my family. You know, like fit in. I tried really hard to be the person you wanted me to be, but I couldn't. It's just not me. I wish you loved me like you love my sisters, Ma.
Ryan, a native of Fresno, California, is not your average dancer.
It's, Ryan. The crash.
Look, you can trust me. I'm a firefighter, right? I'm no angel, that's for sure.
With a wit as dry as the climates in the Golden State, he brings a unique sense of humor to his performance, taking on the persona of the Big House. Ryan captivates audience with his firefighter team attire, setting the stage ablaze in Los Angeles. Beyond his entertaining stage presence, Ryan's dedication to fitness is evident. He has spent years sculpting his physique, ensuring that his dancing pecs are in top form to mesmerize bachelorette parties. However, his physical prowess extends beyond the dance floor. Ryan's strength and resilience make him a formidable adversary for any unsuspecting zombie foolish enough to cross his path. Whether he's cracking jokes or showcasing his impressive moves, Ryan's performances are a true spectacle. With his unique blend of humor and athleticism, he leaves audience in awe and craving for more. So if you're ever in Los Angeles and looking for a night of entertainment that combines laughter and jaw-dropping talents, be sure to catch Ryan, aka the Big House, in action. Confession: Ryan was never the sharpest tool in the shed, and he had a tendency to worry excessively about every little thing. However, despite his academic shortcomings, he had gained quite a reputation for his striking appearance and charismatic personality. Perhaps it was these qualities that led him to pursue a career in strip club. To some extent, this was true. Ryan not only had to navigate through his own challenging circumstances, but he also had the added responsibility of caring for his brother who had special needs. There were moments where Ryan felt completely overwhelmed and longed for a life free from any obligations. Unfortunately, circumstances had tied him down, leaving him feeling trapped and unable to break free.
My brother lives with me. I look after him because he's special. Sometimes I wish I could just live my life without him.
Sorry, bro.
Carla, a motorcycle stunt rider and mechanic, hails from Los Angeles but led a nomadic existence before the outbreak.
Let me at him. I'm getting up close and personal.
She is typically seen with engine grease smeared on her, a result of her years spent working on motorcycles. Her strong physique, built from lifting weights rather than doing pilates, suggests she would likely win in an arm wrestling match against most people. Despite her tough exterior, Carla has a positive and upbeat attitude towards the zombie apocalypse, often laughing gleefully as she takes down the undead. Known for her resilience and ability to adapt to challenging situations, Carla does not dwell on the negatives brought about by the outbreak. Instead, she faces each day with a sense of optimism and determination. Her infectious positivity not only boosts the morale of those around her but also serves as a reminder that even in the darkest of time, there is still room for laughter and joy. With her unique combination of skills as a trick rider and mechanic, Carla navigates the post-apocalyptic world with confidence and a fierce spirit that sets her apart from the rest. Confession: Carla's journey to becoming a motorcycle stunt rider wasn't a sudden decision. In the past, she would race motorbikes alongside her nephew, Matthew. Tragically, Mateo lost his life in a crash, leaving Carla to carry on their shared passion alone. Despite the heartbreaking loss, Carla now channels all the earnings from their races into her own career advancement. Surprisingly, she views Matthew's passing not as a source of sorrow but as a twist of fate that propelled her towards achievement. The funds that Carla received from their previous race serves as a financial foundation for her current success in the world of motorcycle stunt riding. She has managed to turn a tragic event into a driving force for her career, pushing herself to a new heights in the industry. While many would have been consumed by grief, Carla has chosen to honor Matthew's memory by excelling in the sport they both love. This unique perspective has not only helped her cope with the loss, but also fueled her determination to make the most out of the opportunities that have come her way.
After my primo died, I took off on my bike with all the money we made street racing and became who I am. I can't help but thank God he ended up in that crash.
Thanks, Mateo.
Outro. That's everything we have for the literature today. Hopefully, this sheds some light on the Slayer's backstory for you, since the game didn't explicitly mention it. Hopefully, the upcoming DLC SoLA will provide more insight to the Slayer's background, even if it's just as small as the confession in HAUS. If you have any questions, suggestions, or additional information about the Slayer's background, feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for your support. I'll see you down the line.